going on, everybody? It's Brian Trippe. I'm here in Birmingham, Alabama. I want to take you through this eviction I did yesterday on, what's today? Wednesday? It's Wednesday. I got my wife with me. This is the first video. She doesn't want to be in it, but her voice will be in it. She wanted to see what people did to our house that we're renting out. So we had to do this eviction. I'm going to play this video, and I'm going to talk about it as I do it. And then I'm going to let you listen to this deputy that's going to talk right now.
I've been doing it about 12, 14 years. I've only had to put 4 people in jail.
And you put them in jail because they resisted it, or?
Well, yeah, they wanted to mouth off and, cuss and jump up and down, raise hell. Wouldn't leave when I told them to leave, so most of the time I put them in jail for disorderly conduct.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to kind of talk you through this as you look at pictures and you look at video. Guy didn't pay, obviously, and so we had to go through the eviction process, and typically I like to try to get him out of there without having to go through the actual process and go through the courts, because it takes way more time, it's way more expensive. But in this particular case, this guy just would not leave. He wouldn't accept cash for keys, and so he, as you can see through the pictures here, he pretty much trashed the place. So the guys that are working there are actually the set-out crew. They work for the county, and they're taking every single thing that's in the house. They're taking it out of the house and putting it on the street, or in this case, they kind of put it in the yard. And so this guy just lived like filthy. It's so ridiculous. Well, a couple of things I wanted to say, kind of education-wise. The first thing is, when I was talking to the deputy, he said that they are they've got like 100 evictions ready to go right now that they can't get to. He says there are more evictions coming in than they have the manpower to actually execute. They have the manpower to actually go out and do these set-outs. And what that means is it just keeps taking longer and longer and longer and longer and longer to do these evictions. And so what that means for you, the real estate investor or the person that's buying and holding, you need to try everything in your power to offer cash for keys, just to get people out on your own the best you can, instead of letting it go through the courts. Because we got a court order back in early January, and here we are at the very end of March, almost the beginning of April 2017, and they just now are getting out there. It's almost 2.5, almost 3 months it's taken them just to get out there. So here's some still photos. So that's like big lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is be very, very careful with some of these people. If they're getting evicted, like the guy that I evicted, he was there. He was there at the set out, and we didn't know what he was going to do. We didn't know if he was going to pull a gun or, and just be irate. It's just a really kind of a delicate situation. So you just got to be really careful with what's going on. Here's the very, very end when they were completely done. The deputy, I think he was just now getting ready to leave. There's the tow truck guy there, trying to tow that last vehicle. They had 4 vehicles on the property to get them all towed away, and that's all his junk. That's all this guy's junk in a 3-bed, 2-bath house over in Gardendale, with a full basement. He just had it completely full of junk. So that's it. That was my eviction experience. It took me about 5 hours yesterday to go through this. So if you have any questions about it, I'd love to answer them best I can. I've never gone through this before. It was very interesting, very costly, very timely, but I'm glad I went through it, so I know what not to do next time. So hope you guys learned something, and if you have any questions, just get in touch with me. Talk to you soon.